Closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
What's up and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to be reviewing the new Juvias Place foundation. It's supposed to be the most full coverage foundation out there, so I'm super excited. So I'm back, y'all. I'm so sorry that it's been such a long time. Honestly, I have filmed a lot of videos. I just haven't posted any. I just really haven't been feeling it too much, to be honest. But as you can see, I do have a new background. I have been working on that. It is not done, but I just really wanted to film this. So before we get started, do not forget to give me a thumbs up, a like, if you enjoyed this video. It is just a small way to help me out. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of my videos from here on out, which I promise I'm going to post. And without further ado, let's do it. Okay, so before we get fully started, I do just want you guys to know that this is a super full coverage foundation. So I'm very moisturized and very primed. I did use a silicone-based primer, just hopefully it will smooth right on over. I do have super dry skin. So this is called the I Am Magic Velvety Matte Foundation. Now these are $20. And I did end up getting two different shades just because I didn't want to have the incorrect shade while doing this video. So this right here is what the packaging looks like. It's not too bad. A lot of people are complaining because they can't see the product that's actually in it, but that doesn't really bother me. So I got the shade 710 and the shade 720. So first off, I like how they are packaged just because I can squeeze it straight onto my beauty blender. And they do have the little safety seal on them both. You guys let me know if you like this type of backdrop better than an actual backdrop. I am filming on my phone, so hopefully it's just as good of a quality as my camera. To be honest, my camera is just too much. It's just too much. Alright, so the shade 710 and then the shade 720. So this right here is shade 710 and this right here is shade 720. 720 looks a little bit too yellow for me, so I'm going to try 710. Okay, so I'm just going to squeeze some of this onto my beauty blender. Y'all, I feel like I already got too much. I don't know. Alright, so let's just see. Yeah, I got too much. Way too much? I got way too much. So this is a, first of all, the shade is pretty light. I really hope I like this, y'all, because I've been looking for another foundation that I really like. I'm just wondering how it's gonna go since I am so dry. And if you guys hear anything in the background, it's my dog. He's in here with me. Hopefully this oxidizes a little bit because she white. She white. This is crazy. I should have never gotten this much. So not only are we trying out the foundation today, but I also got the concealer and the setting powder. So I really need this to work. And I really need it to... Who would have known that I wasn't the lightest shade for the first time in literally ever? There's coverage. I mean, I'm just hoping that it doesn't look terrible on my skin once it's all said and done. It is definitely full coverage. It doesn't feel too heavy on the face, but literally I could have done like the smallest little drop, but it is what it is. I literally look like a mannequin. Look like that gold person that you see in the streets of New York, but I'm not gold, I'm just white. It does look a little heavy on the skin, but we'll see how it looks once we get the setting powder and then concealer and then setting spray, because sometimes setting spray really just kind of brings everything back to life like a freaking mannequin. So now we're going to go in with the concealer. I did get two different concealers, and can I just tell you, with all the reviews that I've watched on this, I love this packaging. It's huge, literally huge, and I think these were $12 or $14 a piece. This one right here is shade 24, and this one right here is shade 23. I think I'm going to go in with a shade 23 to start out. I love how big this is. Literally, it's 10 mils, which is crazy. That's a lot of product. All right. All right, so we're just gonna go in like I normally would. I would love to find a dupe for Tarte Shape Tape because that's getting expensive. Okay, so that was with one like swipe out of the tube, which is crazy. That is a lot of concealer on that doe foot, so that's super nice. You don't have to keep going back into the product. So let's just see how she blends out. Well, it doesn't take much to blend it. The foundation is starting to like dry down, and it does look a little thick on the skin. I don't know if this would be like an everyday wear type of foundation. I don't know. Who am I joking? I like a really full coverage, but this concealer though, like I look like I am straight out the womb. Whew, gosh, the amount of product on my face. I think I went a little too deep into that foundation, y'all, but oh well. That's what this is, right? A review? Okay, so now going into the setting powder. I only got one shade of the setting powder, and I got White Sands. So it actually is kind of small for a setting powder, but I mean, it wasn't that expensive. I can't remember what it is. Okay, so I'm just going to tap some of this out into the cap. I'm going to check my under eye creases again. They were creased up, but I can only expect but so much with that. Typically, that's the first place I set, so I'm going to go ahead and dip into that powder. Okay, so the powder is dark. Too dark. Powder, I wish they had a translucent one. It completely took away the highlight underneath my eye. I don't know about this, y'all. It's not looking really dry underneath my eyes, which is a really good thing because I do struggle with that a lot. Having like really like crepey, papery, like terrible looking under eyes because I literally just have the driest skin ever. I'm just gonna set my face like I normally do. My chin, my T-zone really I set really a lot. And then I just kind of go in over the rest of my face lightly with the powder. The true test will be once I get the setting spray on. I don't like how dark this powder is though because I mean, even though my under eye, this concealer looks amazing, like it's smooth as a baby's butt, I'm no longer highlighted. I mean, my skin looks pretty smooth. I did have a little bit of a weird bunch up right here between the powder. Yeah, it's a little splotchy right here. I don't know if you guys can tell. The powder, it's starting to seem kind of cakey. So now that my face is set with the powder, I'm going to set my face and I'm going to like set it how I normally set it because I do have dry skin. So I try to put as much powder as possible for coverage and so my makeup will stay. But then I also have to go in with setting spray and kind of like douse my face just so it will all mend together and look kind of cohesive. So, oh, come on. Totally excessive. All right, so is this foundation really full coverage? Yes. Do I like the finish on my skin? From far away, it looks good. Up close, it looks very drying and cakey. Literally, I had pimples right here. You cannot even tell. I don't like that the setting powder was not lighter than my skin tone. That's probably my fault, but I'm pretty sure I got the lightest shade that they had. I'm looking a little like the Sahara, y'all. Not gonna lie. I'm looking a little dry. That's some coverage. You can't even tell I have a lip. You can't even tell I have a top lip. So I kind of just look like one, but I'm going to go in with the face palette that I got. It's actually a cheek palette, like a blush palette, but there was a shade in there dark enough that I think I can get away with some contour. So this right here is it. It's the Saharan Blush Volume 2, and this right here is what it looks like. It is very pretty. This right here is the shade that I'm going to use as my contour if it works out. I am going to go in with my favorite bronzer contouring brush, the JH02, and I'm just gonna lightly tap into that. I'm scared. And just kind of, it definitely is a little bit more orange than what I would use. but it is definitely adding dimension to my face. I think I really like all the other products, to be honest. So far I do. But this foundation is one of those ones that, like, I feel like it's pulling when I go to put powder on. It just starts to pull off the product. Yeah, it's the foundation, y'all. It's very, very patchy on my skin, which I'm surprised. Typically, I have pretty good luck with bronzers. I mean, not bronzers, but foundations. And I feel like everything else is kind of looking okay. Everything else is, like, looking pretty good on my skin, I feel like. I normally go for a really cool toned, but for the sake of the video, I think it did its job. It kind of looks like just like a blush moment. I feel like this foundation is keeping things from blending out really well, and I have really clean brushes. I just washed all of my brushes. So okay, so up next I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. It's called Lena, and this is what I'm gonna use as my blush. I hope I really like these blushes. They're always so pigmented. Y'all, too much pigment maybe? Okay, I look like a clown. Okay, well, I wish I would have thought about that before I did that, but it's okay. We'll fix it.
We are pink.
Okay, so they're pigmented AF. So now that I have the blush on and it simply is what it is, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. It's called Zoba. This is just kind of like a blush topper, so it's like a highlight blush topper. So, oh, this is pretty. It just reminds me of like my ambient lighting palette. Just a little bit of a shimmer to the face. Just a little like subtle, very, very subtle glow. Ooh, it kind of reminds me of Milani Luminoso. Oh, that's really pretty. So I think we are done. So overall, I hate the foundation. Typically, I don't hate foundations. This one is just really, 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 it's almost too full coverage, if that makes sense. I have been using like a thinner coverage here recently. I think my problem with everything on my face right now is my foundation. I feel like my contour, my blush, everything was kind of sticking to it, even though I had set it. The setting powder was not the correct color, but I think I would really like the setting powder if it was, because my under eyes are literally like completely flawless, and the concealer did great. Didn't like settle into any of my lines or make anything look crazy. I got really good colors, I think, for the concealer, so that's gonna be great. But yeah, y'all, this foundation just isn't for me. I wanted it to be for me because I bought 2 of them, and Juvias doesn't have a return policy. But yeah, this right here is the final look. I think I'm really gonna like all these other products, just not with the foundation. As always, y'all, thank you so much for following along. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
God, the blush on this girl.